I think it's something about mothers that make me weak. Not just any mother, but a good mother that's shining, being her, loving on her child. Makes me feel like there's more Mother Earth's there's more Mother Earth's children out there that's not just, in it for themselves or in it for the government funds. Some people are just mothers for what they can get from it. They're not mothers because that's what they wanted. And some people are mothers because they were doing it for a cause to hold someone that didn't want to be held. I'm grateful that my mother wanted to have me. I'm grateful that my mother wanted children and a family. I'm grateful for my great granny, all my grannies, even my last living one. Got one left. Let's make sure she lives forever. My tanti, very important person in my life. She might not know it, but she is. She kept the family the way it should be, surrounded by love. Oh yeah, don't forget to like when you come in. Hit that subscribe button so you can be subscribed and join the evening stars. Join the evening. Because every single day, every single sunset, even after the sun is past noon, that starts the evening to the next day. And this live, I want it to be about me finding home, reclaiming my soul in the music that I got coming out. I'm not going to be on here too long because, you know, the way the algorithm goes, my subscribers aren't on at this time. And the people that would be watching my stuff won't be on at this time. So most of y'all are going to see this on the playback. So when you watch it on the playback, you know, just understand that you need to take pictures and you need to be very aware because things will be more clear than you think. You just have to not overlook too much things. Even in the pictures that you take from the past, and you might not, you know, you might be like me, you just keep going forward and you don't really worry about looking back. But we look back so we can look forward and know where we're going and remember where we come from and why we started. So that's the main important part that I want to touch on. The why you started, the why and the where you came, the why and the where. The how, that's because of the why, and the where. The what, that's the dream, that's the life, that's the way to live. The when, that's up to the spirit world. You just have to do your part. And you just have to keep true, keep honest, and keep moving. You might have to make sacrifices. You might have to, do some things that you don't want to do to get to where you got to go. But that's all a part of building character, and that's all a part of learning who you are, and losing yourself to find yourself again. And when you find yourself again, you're gonna find yourself in so much better spirits. You're gonna find yourself realizing when certain things took place, when certain things had a foothold, and when they finally latched on and started to turn your life upside down, or turn it from where you and God had planned for it to go. And if y'all want to know more about what I'm talking about, follow my Facebook. It's at Trill Sinatra. Follow my new Instagram too, at Trill Sinatra. Starting fresh. Starting fresh. And then this Instagram is going to be solely focused on my music. I'm not going to have any personal stuff on there. If you want to get personal with me, you're going to have to follow my Snapchat. If you want to get personal with me, you're going to have to follow my Facebook. But the Instagram, I've been fighting with Instagram since 2012. I'm not going to continue fighting with Instagram when, you know, it's so easy for people to just report something, and then once it's reported, then that report gets seen as valid when the profile reporting the content ain't even a valid profile. But that's what happens when you're doing what you're supposed to do. When you're doing what you're here to do, you're gonna have to face um you're gonna have to face oppression. You're gonna have to face opposition. But as long as you see it as opportunity to be a better version of you, to evolve and become into your next form, because it's never going to be your final form. It's never going to be my final form. What's up? What's up? Trinidadian. A little bit further south. 2 hours from Brazil. That's where I'm from. The land of oil and music. The birthplace of God. But no matter what happens, you just can't lose your why. Even if as I just got, you know, taken out of my mind frame where I was at just speaking, because I want to be respectful to the people that's here. I appreciate y'all being here. This is about reclaiming the soul and finding home. Finding home, you'll find home in your pictures, your old pictures. I keep telling y'all all the time how to time travel. If you have memories of your birthdays, you will have abilities to go in those days and those months and see what happened in in those times to cause your life to be turned upside down, to cause things to be in disarray, to cause opposition and oppression. Because every time you go into your next form, never your final form, you're gonna have oppression, you're gonna have opposition. But as long as you see it as opportunity, you're always gonna you're always gonna fast track to that next level, right? You can see it as Vegeta, you can see it as Goku, you can see it as Frieza, you can see it as Broly, or you can see it as a boy from Brooklyn, born in Trinidad, but raised in hip hop. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to New York. Shout out to VA. Shout out to Texas. We got to get better with these laws, man. Trump, what's up? But back to what I was talking about, you know, having to heal, it wasn't a complete disaster because I kind of knew what I was healing and why, but I didn't know when I was healing from. And when I found out when I was healing from, it just shattered everything that was holding me back and making me feel ashamed, of somebody else's actions and somebody else's lifestyle, somebody else's ways. And don't get me wrong, right? When you're going up against, when you are a child of the Most High, the devil won't send his weakest links. He's gonna send his best. He's gonna send the best of the best, and they're gonna look like kittens. But like we see in the Hotel Transylvania, that little thing that can just gobble you up in one bite, right? Yeah, we don't underestimate any adversary. If they're an adversary of the light, if they're an adversary of life, we don't underestimate. We actually overestimate, so that way we can level ourselves up to a greater power. And in its absolute, that adversary or opposition or oppression will be undone. Continue to be continue to be confident in yourself, because confidence comes from suffering. This is not pride. I'm not boasting. If anything, I should be boasting. If anything, I should be happy and I should be proud because of all the shit that I overcame. You should be happy and you should be proud because of all the stuff that life has to offer you and life has to throw at you. You should feel accomplished and you should feel good that you decided to do the right thing, and you decided to stay on the right path while other people were doing wrong and hypocrisy right in your face and behind your back. They were writing a different story about your life and other people were believing it. And what's this I hear about power of attorney? I need to look into that because I'm hearing too much about it. And when you're in someone else's house and they're filing you under them as a dependent and they have your social security information, they can say and do whatever and then tell any type of lie that they want. And no matter how much you want to believe that they won't lie, no matter how much you want to believe that they won't lie to you, they will. They will show you exactly why you think they won't lie to you. And then they'll continue to lie. And then when they get caught and the mask get torn off, there's not going to be any tears to cry, because they're gonna lie and lie and lie, and they're gonna lie until they die. You ever heard the saying "lie till you die"? That's when you in a relationship and you do something wrong or you get caught. Lie till you die, though. No, you tell the truth. You tell the truth and you be freed, because you don't know what type of person that you might be with if you tell a lie. You don't know what type of person that you might be becoming, because now you have to be afraid of the person that you're with. So you gotta lie to them. Who are you that I have to lie to you? And I was thinking about this too when I was younger and I was a little boy. Sometimes I would get in trouble for things that I did, but I would tell the truth about it, and that my punishment wouldn't be as hard as when I would tell the truth about something that I didn't do and I still got in trouble for it. So it made me think that, okay, if I'm telling the truth and you tell me I'm lying, maybe I'm lying. And I started to believe that, and I started to believe that I was bad. There's no such thing as a bad child. There's only bad teachers. There's no such thing as a bad child. There's only bad parents and bad parenting. And that can be corrected, as I see with my own father, the new life that he's able to live, the new person that he's able to become, just like I've able to become this new me. But that's not to say that the the things of the past didn't happen. I'm going forward now with new knowledge of all the things that happened in the past, with a fresh perception, like watching a movie that you watch all the time, but now you haven't watched it in 2 years, and you go back and you watch it, and now you're like, oh shit, I didn't even catch that. All this time I've been watching this show, I've been watching this movie, I've been doing, I've been this, I've been that, and I missed that little thing. It's always the little things that you're gonna miss, and it's the little thing that I missed that I caught looking back, rewatching my life, rewatching that movie, rewatching those series and those episodes and those things that happen in those scenarios and situations. Going forward, now I have fresh perspective. Going forward, now I feel even more free. Going forward, now I feel even more confident in being truthful and saying the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Now I know that I can be more confident in telling other people that have been right and have been good and have been sacrificed and have been traded on and treaded on and backstabbed and betrayed and left for dead and abandoned and given away. Now I can feel more confident in telling those people that, look at me. I've been used, misused, and abused, and still I rise. Left for dead and abandoned, lied on, betrayed, abused, married and divorced, and still I rise. It feels good to actually be able to say that I've never sold my soul. It feels good to say that I've I've been in dark places and I've participated in dark deeds and dark things, but I've never done dark things to others. The only dark things that I've ever done was to myself. The only lie I ever told was not telling somebody my business when they asked. And even then, I felt like I should have told them, because what is it that I'm not, what is it that I'm trying to keep secret or trying to keep private, right? And that was because I was listening to the things of the past where they say, don't tell people your plans, but it says it, your table will be prepared in the presence of your enemies. You not telling your plans, you not speaking and doing all that stuff is preventing you from speaking, is preventing you from saying your plans and fulfilling your plans and having other people be a character witness of the person that you are. Me not speaking, it helped in that lie that was being told about me, that I'm a bad person, right? But people can look at me and see. It don't matter what lies were told, everything comes to the light that's been done in the darkness. Every single one of every single thing comes to light when it's done in the darkness. No matter who is the participant, no matter who want to be associated with the dark deeds and the dark lies that's been told, it's all going to come to light, and every single one of them is going to share in the karma. Every single one of them is going to share in the karma. The only reason I kept shut is because of the children. The only reason I didn't do anything that would actually do anything is because of the children and because of my heart. Because I know as a man, if you do anything, that child is going to see you as the person that did it. So I want that child to see me for who I am and to see their parents as who they are. Not for me to be the one to bring that to light. That's more throwing alarm clocks in graveyards. Those children don't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve it when I was a child. So I won't do it. I won't become the hatred that was bestowed upon my life. I won't become that. I will continue to be the light and fearless in it, because I know I can fight and I know I'm truth. And I know that being honest and not telling any lies is the reason why I'm still alive. And none of the things that's been done have taken me. None of the things that's been done have succumbed me. And I haven't succumbed to nothing. And I won't succumb to anything. If anything, I'm gonna succumb to more success. More and more success is what I'm gonna succumb to. Nothing on the outside is gonna be able to destroy everything that's built within. And as long as I found home, and as long as I know who I am, what I am, whom I am, and what I come from, nothing is going to be able to stop that. Nothing and no one is going to be able to stop it. Because the truth is what sets you free, not people that play in fear, not people that play in unnecessary distractions, not people that play in darkness. I don't play in the darkness. I go in there and fight, and I become a better person in the light. Because you see, when I wash the blood off of me, not one cut, sword and shield still in hand, still 10 toes is how I stand. And I will not die a monster. But I'm going to take as many out as I can before I go. This is me finding home, my heart again in it. No music, no date yet, but I finished up some more music, you know, aside from the situations and circumstances we're in. But I always remind myself a lot of great artists started in motels. A lot of great artists started on couches and on the floor. A lot of great artists started in the basement, in that back room where nobody wanted them to be out. Nobody wanted them to get escape. Nobody wanted them to be able to be more than that because of self-hate reflecting outwards through the parents and then on to the children. And then they inadvertently act like that because they think that it's okay because they see their parents do that shit. My father had to teach me, do as I say, not as I do. But I did as my father did behind, you know, where he couldn't see. Because what your parents don't know won't hurt them. So if I was drinking and I was out partying, you know, hey, I'm gonna make sure I get back home safe. I'm gonna make sure I'm not out here doing no shit that's gonna get me caught up in no trouble. I'm gonna listen to the teachings that I was already taught. I'm being the son that you raised me and that you brought me up to be. I have the brought upsy of a king. That's why I carry myself as a prince and I don't look down on nobody. I sit and I have conversations with people that look down on themselves and they've been down on their luck. And after having the conversation with me, I just hope that they feel a little bit better. And I don't try to tread on anybody. I listen. I listen like the trees. You don't never hear a tree talk, but the trees hear everything. The trees don't ever speak, but they take in all of our fucking shit energy and they turn it into oxygen so we can breathe. So we gotta be grateful for the tree. I'm grateful for you and me. And I'm grateful for my voice and I'm getting it back. Beating all this unknown, unknown spiritual bullshit, all this fucking fuckery. Learning not to talk too much shit because it just makes your own breath stink and it rots the teeth. I thought that, you know, there's just levels to this shit, but I'm glad that I'm on this level because I'm being on this level, it helps me see a lot further than I seen yesterday, a lot further than I seen last year, a lot further than the year before that. And as every day I continue to grow strength, I'm gonna continue to get stronger. The fuck you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna continue to get stronger. You're gonna see the life come back into my face. You're gonna see the difference. I'm gonna show y'all the difference from not being in there, and then from being in there, and then the changes that happened while being in there. And then as soon as I left there, all the fucking shit start coming, all the life start coming back. And the thing that kept me down even more was the fact that so much of my family believed it. You know, a stranger came into our house and disrupted our house, and they're able to believe the stranger instead of the blood that come from their own loins, the blood that come from their own veins. Just like that movie Billy Madison, when his own father believed a stranger that wanted to own his company, that wanted to destroy his family, that wanted to destroy his legacy, and they don't see it. He had to go through all that shit just to prove himself to the people that should have already believed him. The same fucking thing a lot of us go through, and that's why I'm so grateful that I never stepped into the darkness and participated in those things that would keep you from turning back from it and realizing that, yo, this ain't it. Yo, this ain't life. Yo, this ain't what it's supposed to be. Yo, this is not what we saw 10 years ago. This is not what we saw last year. This is not what we came here for. This is not what we signed up for. But these people have their own agenda. These people have their own things that they say. And because my father is such a quiet person, he don't tell his business and shit like that. People don't know what's going on with my father internally and mentally. And I've internalized a whole bunch of pain and disrespect and abuse. And I've done that shit because I seen my father do it. I seen my father go through so much heartbreak and strife and stress and then internalize that shit. Easily could have taken it out on us. Easily could have taken it out on us. And he didn't. That man stood fucking strong. That man stood fucking strong. And that's why I never fucking went to the darkness, because I saw my father be fucking strong and not go down that fucking path when so many of his friends went down that path. Maybe one of his friends, not one, a few of his friends, but a lot of his friends didn't make it. And one of his friends, he got a son that was one of my best friends, and we played football together. He's playing for the national team. His daughter playing for the national team. One of them is a little, rebel, but still, that's 2 out of 3. Greatness. You know how hard it is to have one fucking child be great, and you got 2 of them playing for the national team. Shout out to Trinidad. What? In Trinidad, a third world country, where you don't make it. You won't make it. And I had to realize anybody that ever asked for a fucking visa is always that temporary shit where you got a vacation and all that crap. You don't get to live this American dream. It's expensive as fuck, and people don't know that shit. And I internalized all that fucking pain for so many years because I saw how my father did it. So I learned from my father. That's why I don't never disrespect my father. No matter how much I talk about the things that happened and the way that you know, I was treated and all that stuff. That's just because there's gonna be a little boy that I'm speaking to. I don't come on here and I don't talk to little girls. I talk to little boys because I was once a little boy. There's no channels out here for no fucking boys and men. There's only channels out here of people talking bad about men and people talking about the people talking bad about men. I don't want to hear you talk bad. I don't want to hear you talk bad about the people talking bad about men. Talk about the good men. Talk about the good boys. Help me. Help me. What Kevin Hart said. There's no channel out here talking about the good boys and men. There's only channels talking about the people that's talking bad about the good men. Or the bad men, I should say, because they're not talking bad about good men. They're talking bad about bad men, and they're grouping all men into the category because they're hurt by one fucking person. You hurt by one fucking person, and now all of us got to pay for that shit. That's why I never like being grouped in with nothing. I will not go. I will not fucking participate unless we on a team effort. TEAME, motherfucker. TEAM. We on a team. We ain't in no group. And if we was doing a group project, I was going to make sure that I knew how to do every single part of the fucking project, just in case motherfucker 1 and motherfucker 2 want to be lazy and just want to take credit and put their name on the damn project to pass because they don't know what the fuck hard work look like because they never fucking seen it and they watching it and they only infatuated and want to take credit for it. That's why the bully and the bully and the nerd, they best friends. The bully just don't know how to tell the nerd, yo, I'm inspired by you. You smart. I'm a little bit slow, so I need you to teach me what you know, so I can be better. And then boom, they become best fucking friends. Now you got a big motherfucker, and he's smart too. He ain't just big and stupid. That's why all these people, a lot of people that CEOs and shit like that, they was the bullies that kept taking the smart child's ideas, and then they was making fun of them because they had the ideas, but they took the fucking ideas for themselves. So they mom and dad had money, but they dad was an asshole, so that's why he became an asshole. The bully is always a person with money. They always want to show you that the bully is a poor child, but the poor child is never the bully. The poor child is the one that beat the fucking bully up, and then that poor child gets in trouble because the bully got fucking money. I seen this shit and I can fucking talk about this shit. I live this shit so I can talk about this shit. I don't talk about nothing I never experienced or seen my own fucking 2 eyes. Not fuck my own blessed two eyes. I gotta stop with the I gotta stop with the dirty language so I can clean out my mouth. That's the next step in freeing my throat chakra. Stop talking all that cussing and worldly bad language. I gotta talk that spiritual language, that UV dreadful. As long as it's UV dreadful, I can talk that talk. It ain't gonna be dirty to the spirit. It's gonna be dirty to the world. But I can't use what the world gave me as dirty and use that and try to be spiritual. That's lying. I ain't a fucking liar. See, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm working on it. And knowing that tomorrow I'm gonna be better. I might not even curse all day, but this is already the evening, so it's an evening to a new day. So I'm gonna have a better tomorrow. Continuing to be home. That's what the live tomorrow is gonna be. That's I'm gonna put that on. Tomorrow's live. Continuing to be. My bad. I'm gonna continue to be confident, and it's crazy because now I know for a fact that what, and all that other stuff. I understand it better now. It's like a mind blowing thing, but it was so fucking small that I missed it. It was so small I wasn't even looking for it. That's how small shit be that be fucking you up. You have one tiny little speck inside of your toe. Your toe is you're gonna know that shit. You're gonna feel that shit no matter how many pairs of socks you put on. You still gonna feel that prick in your toe. You still gonna feel that prick in any spot of your foot. You're gonna know it. And then once you figure out what where that pain coming from, and you take that little speck out, healing becomes so much easier because now the pain is gone. Anything else is just growing pains because now the skin is growing back, the tissue is growing back, you're getting healthier, you're getting stronger, it's going to heal stronger because now the tissue is going to continue to layer, right? That old tissue is going to come off, then it's going to be new cells every single day, 24/7. Your body is creating new cells, and every 7 days you have a new fresh pair of skin. You just don't know it yet because you sweat it off, you sweat that old skin off, and now healing is going to be a lot easier. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. Make sure to leave a like. I got a lot of bugs. Actually, bugs is coming on me extra, so I'm a, you know, I've said what I had to say. New music coming soon. Lieutenant Seven, I salute everybody that's in here, everybody that's been subscribed. Shout out to my subscribers. We're growing. We continuously growing. We gradually growing, right? We consistently growing, right? Steel sharpens steel. So I hope that I sharpened you in this live. I hope that I sharpened you in this podcast of Life Talks with Joe Sinatra. And if this resonated with you, like how they say, if you can relate to what I say, and I confirm that anything that you have been feeling or going through or trying to overcome in your life, I would like to know about it. If you feel free, I mean, if you feel confident enough to, you know, speak your piece, my platform is open. My platform is a place where you could feel free to even talk crap. I let people talk crap all the time on here, as long as you're not saying anything that's gonna trigger the algorithm to think that my platform is promoting any type of hate speech or any type of slander. Right? We're not slandering anybody, and we don't promote hate speech. We love everybody. Free Palestine. Right? I wish the conflict between these two countries would end, right? I thought the ceasefire was Trump's way of ending the war, like like a businessman in his own Trump form, right? I would have, a lot of people would salute that because it's leaving the other country in limbo, thinking, shit, when are they gonna attack? When are they gonna do this? When are they having the ball in your court? Like if he calls another ceasefire, he should keep the ceasefire on and negotiate shit, open up the strait, and just keep it on the ceasefire. Anybody ask about what's going on with the ceasefire, tell them we're going to keep the ceasefire, right? The ceasefire is going to be prolonged for another so and so weeks, and he's going to be looked at in the world as, damn, he's got Iran waiting for the ceasefire to end. Is it ever going to end? Are they going to continue to be on the heels? Are they going to be, you know? And it's gonna shit. Listen, I know they're listening to what I'm saying because everything that goes broadcasted in America, it goes through the Secretary of Defense. So, and I'm saying words that pops up on the thing where they flag certain people that's saying certain things. These are certain trigger words. That's why I talk a lot about trigger words and all this other stuff. But yeah, Trump, salute to you and shout out to you, right? Having America 250, the biggest fireworks celebration. You building stuff on the White House. You making it look like you're one of those people that starts to build after they overcome a great dispute or a great tragedy or something like that, or a great conflict, I should say, because this is a great conflict that's going on, right? And as he builds whatever he's building, no matter how you feel about the person, this is the president of the United States of America, the greatest country in the world. So you're gonna have to respect it regardless. That's why I don't know why people keep talking crap about the president and his family. I think they should shut the fuck up. Honestly, I don't appreciate no family slander at all. I don't care if you got a problem with the person that whatever problem you got with that person, you talk it out and duke it out with that person. Don't put that shit out to the world and have the world looking at them through your eyes and your lies. Because if I support that, then I'm supporting the people that's slandering and lying on my name. So I don't support no destruction of no black person. I don't support the destruction of black people. I don't support the destruction of black families. I don't support the destruction of families. Period. I don't support the destruction of children's lives. Period. No matter the color, creed, or race. But I am black, so I'm going to mention me first. But yeah, I'm glad the Supreme Court, let him continue to build his stuff. Because what the fuck you're gonna let it sit there, look like the damn destruction of the decline of Rome? No, how you gonna have it? How you gonna have the president looking stupid in front of the whole world while he trying to build something? You gonna tell him no, and then have it sit there unfinished? The judge knew that would have been a bad call on his part, right? You don't want to have the country looking like that. You don't want to have the president looking like that, and you don't want to have the country looking like that, which the president represents the country. I don't know why people don't realize this. The more unity we have, the less divisive content is going to be posted on the internet, and there's going to be less people being anxious to suck up and just take in all this negative shit, making all this noise. That's why the flood came in the first place. It wasn't the giants. Motherfuckers is too loud and lying. Loud with their lies. You wrong and loud as shit. New music coming soon, man. I'm about to drop the motherfucking ball. I'm about to drop all the motherfucking. I'm about to drop all the jewels. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody that came in here. Man, help me buy a house. Tell me what to do. You're not. Listen, don't come in here telling me what to do. All right? You can say what you want, but don't think I'm not gonna say nothing back. I ain't shutting up no more. Y'all not gonna be coming in here fake profiles and shit, talking shit. Had my own cousin on here talking shit to me after you asked me for money and I sent you that shit. You want more. You only want more. You fucking do something for somebody, they only want more. And then when you fucking can't do it because you can't fucking do it, they get mad and they want to talk shit and slander you. Well, stay where the fuck you are. Whenever I am up again, I ain't never gonna think about you. Now I'm never gonna think about you. And I ain't never gonna go backwards. Just because you wanna fucking talk shit. You can join the motherfuckers that I'm never gonna go backwards to. I motherfucking decree that shit. All you fucking cockroaches. Passion in my heart. Try to put out my passion and take it for yourself by screaming and shouting and creating arguments. Whole time y'all in the room laughing, acting like y'all arguing and shit, but y'all throwing my motherfucking psyche off and y'all throwing my motherfucking nervous system off. Can't fucking shit properly for 2 fucking years because I'm fucking tensed up. Seeing this shit in my nephews broke me, man. I should have talked to that lady when she fucking called me. I was so fucking hurt and mad. I told her I'm not even associated with that family. Don't call me no more. Ask me about that shit. Me and my father had a plan. You don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to learn your fucking lesson. But that's our plan, and then there's God's plan. That wasn't what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen is what happened. Me being freed from there because they didn't want me there, but they didn't want me to leave. They didn't want me there, but they didn't want me to leave. And while I was there, I was doing everything that I could, and then more. I was doing more than everything that I could. Even having to say I was doing everything that I could is fucking embarrassing. While you in there with your own blood, your only blood, right? Like it's very fucking crazy. Ooh, something just fell from the sky. Something green just fell from the sky. I hope it's not a. I hope it's not another plane, man, because that looked like it fell right there. Oh my goodness. I hope it's not another plane that fell, man, because these planes be falling out. I told y'all planes are gonna start falling out the sky 2 years ago. The heat is what's up. It don't get colder when you start flying up there towards the sun. It gets hotter. That's why so much flights happen before noon or after sunset or after 3 o'clock, because that's when the sun is no longer so hot that the planes and all that stuff can't bear everything in it. And the people inside the planes, the radiation don't care about anything the plane material is made out of. The plane material is not made out of gold, and only gold can insulate properly against radiation. And they're not gonna put gold in those planes to insulate them. They don't care about you. What Michael Jackson been saying, right? The preacher said we need leaders, but then they killed Bob Marley, the most peaceful person in the world. They killed him. The church and state always fucking the people. They want you to feel like you're gonna be free, but then they want you to worry and stress and be in fear about being saved or being free one day. And then after you die, then you're gonna go to heaven and live forever after dying. What? You live and then you live forever. You live and then you live forever. Death and life is not the same thing. Death is the complete opposite of it. I don't care how much they like to call it a passageway or another part of this and another part of that. It's not the same thing. You're not gonna eat motherfucking death and then look at life over there and think you're gonna be living it. If you eat death, you're gonna be die. You're gonna be dying. You're gonna be dead. You participate in death, you're gonna be taking up the karma that death has to suffer. You participate in life, you will be taken up in the karma that life has to suffer. Life has to suffer living. Death has to suffer being dead. You don't want to be dead. I promise you that. I promise you that from experience. You don't want to be dead. Do not want to be dead. You'll be dinner, and you'll be watching yourself be eaten and feasted on while you're in the sunken place. I was in the sunken place for 10 years. Couldn't even fucking remember myself in that shit for so fucking long. Finally free. Don't you see how they stopped fucking with me? Because I'm free. I'm not lustful. I've actually never been lustful. I'm not flirtatious. I've actually never been flirtatious. I've been very, very direct and very, very intentional about every single thing that I am and I have to say and I want or need or feel. I never fucking try to, you know, make anybody, I never made anybody do anything they never wanted to do. I never forced anybody to do anything that they never wanted to do. And I'm glad that I can say that. And my sins, I paid for it. My mistakes, I paid for it. Because this changed man has changed behavior. Fuck your apology if there's no changed behavior. This is all changed behavior. So this is not the same person. It's not even the same number. It's a different number. Because when people have your number, they can do shit. They got your number, they know they got your number, they know your email address, they can fucking tell whatever customer service that they're locked out of their email and they have the number and the email address associated. And then they can get access to your shit just fucking like that. On top of that, if they have your social security, they could do whatever and say whatever, create whatever, while a motherfucker was trying to take my identity and take my fucking life physically, spiritually, and literally. It's a process, right? You take them spiritually, you take them physically, and then you take it literally. Before literally came, I was out of there. By the grace of God, I was delivered, liberated. By the grace of God, gave my father the strength. By the grace of God. Going forward, I will not look back. I will not turn into a pillar of salt. I will not put myself in a situation where I now share somebody's karma. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Put it in the fuck it bucket. And I've been going live more. All them mental psychic attacks or whatever the hell that bitch been fucking doing. That shit is dead and done now. And ain't even gonna have no effects. And I ain't never going back to that house. She could have my sister. My sister decided to be with her. Turned my sister gay, almost turned me gay. Almost. You can come back from that shit. You can come back from all of that. As long as you're breathing, you can come back. As long as you didn't take nobody's innocence and nobody's life, you can come the fuck back. People just think that there is no way back because they only see people that don't want to go back to the light. They only see people that want to participate in the darkness. So they don't think that there's a lighter path. They don't think that there's a better way. They don't think that there's another option. Well, send me in, coach. Put me in the game. I'll go through that shit and show you. And I went through it and I'm showing y'all. And now we're about to get opportunities that we thought we would never get. Opportunities that we missed 10 years ago that's now coming back. And I ain't gonna miss this fucking train. All aboard the Polar Express. We're taking off in 10, 9, 8, 7. All system go. 6, 5. Guidance is internal. 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Even if it's a train, this is a magic train. We're going up. We ain't going forward. We ain't going back. We're going up.